See if I can get anybody in there with me. All right, I got 2. All right. So y'all seen the title? My goal in life to become a statue before I die. And what I mean by that is I seen this kid last night when I got, what up, bro? I saw this kid in the barbershop last night when I was getting my hair cut. And being the man that I am, I observe everything. I watch everything without people knowing I'm watching and stuff like that. And what I did was I realized that this young kid, bro, that was probably like 7 or 8 years old, was sitting in that barbershop. And the whole time he was sitting in there, he never said a word. And he just observed everything around him. And I thought to myself, like, wow, man, that is one wise kid. And in the world that we live in today, with everyone having the agendas that they have and always knowing that people are always on the lookout, trying to look for your weaknesses, looking for ways that they can use you, looking for ways that they can manipulate you, and looking for ways that they can just try to get you to follow their agenda or move you or mold you into a direction that they want you to go in. What I think to myself is, like, throughout my whole life up until this point, and still sometimes I still struggle with it, is there are certain things people can say, and there are certain people out there that can do certain things that can emotionally move me in a direction to do something that I really don't want to do. And in the world that we live in today, with the programming, that's how you are in a barbershop. Yeah, I feel you, bro. In the world that we live in today, and with the programming that's been done to us, they want to make you believe as a man that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to cry in front of your girl, or cry in front of your kids, or cry in front of people and stuff like that. But in all actuality, man, that's not reality, man. You know, as a man, you know, you should never let people see you sweat. No matter how you feeling on the inside, no matter what's going on the inside of you, no matter, you know, how somebody struck you or something that they did upset you or has you excited or any kind of things like that, like, you should never be able to let them see that. And you should never let someone have the pleasure of, like, being able to change your emotional state. Because as we know, the people that are out there, the opposite of us, they use deception and they use manipulation and they use tactics of, what's up, duality, reality? They use emotional deception and emotional games and stuff like that to try to move you, to get you to go in a direction that they want you to go in. Hi, what's up? Success pool endeavors. Yeah, so the thing that I want to do in my life, and it's something that I'm trying to strive toward, and trying to go to, is getting to a point in my life where there is nothing that anyone can do, nothing that anyone can say, nothing that I see, nothing that I hear, and nothing that I'm around can make me move in any direction. And the only thing that can make me move in any kind of direction is me wanting to move in that direction. Because throughout my life, what's happening, man? Throughout my life, there have been things and certain people, like I said before, that could, you know, make me move in a certain direction. And I had an experience last night that showed me I still have some work left to do on myself. Because I went out and I saw a guy that I know that used to cut my hair and everything like that. And he knew the girl that I dated before I got to the pill that brought me to the pill. And we started talking. And in the process of us talking about it, I could feel myself, like, you know, feeling some type of way on the inside. And from that conversation, like, it started moving me in the direction of starting to think about doing things I knew I shouldn't have did, that I didn't do, but I thought about doing it. And, you know, just moving in the direction of, like, wanting to react. And, you know, by him telling me those type of things and then talking about it and talking about the person that she's with and all this kind of stuff and everything like that. And then he brought up, you know, how beautiful she is and all that kind of stuff and everything. And it started making me like kind of feel some type of way, of like going back to those blue pill emotions and things like that, because I haven't all the way conquered that part of myself. I still have certain things and certain people who can get a rise out of me. And now I'm to a point in my life to where I'm trying to learn how to control my emotions in all areas of my life. Because if you can't control your emotions at this point, like I can't control what I feel, but I can at least control the way I react to them. And when people know that you got a chink in your armor, and when people see that there's something that they could do to move you in a certain direction, they'll take advantage of that, man. Because the thing about the world that we live in today is like, you live in a world full of people who, you know, you live in a world full of snakes, man. You live in a world full of snakes. We live in a world full of snakes where everybody's just out there to just leech off of each other. And yeah, I know. And the way I look at it is, if I allow people to see where my weaknesses are at, they've always taken advantage of it. And I wouldn't say this is a weakness, but the thing about it is that I wouldn't say it's a weakness, but it's something that people have taken advantage of, is like having a pure heart and having a good heart and having good intentions. Because when people see that and they know you got a good heart and they know you got good intentions and that you out here like really trying to do the right thing, they'll try to use that against you to get what they can get from you. And being at a point in my life today where I don't need anybody for anything. I mean, you know, I don't depend on anybody for money. I don't depend on anybody for shelter. I don't depend on anybody for survival. Damn, you gotta love that Southern. Yeah, man. I'm from South Louisiana. And most of all, it's like, you know, it's just dealing with the women. So to get into that a little bit, as an empath, I can tell you straight up, people will use you. Yeah, man, I've been there, bro. I wish for a fact that I didn't feel other people's pain, man, but I can legitimately, people you to take advantage of you, but it's a hard lesson to learn. Kyle Andrews, man. Yeah, man, I understand that, bro, because I've always been the kind of person that could feel other people's pain. I never like to cause people pain. I never like to cause people hurt. I have hurt people, but I never set out to purposely hurt anybody. You know, I've always been a good man. Like, God blessed me with a pure heart to where I don't like to see people hurt. I'm always trying to help people. I'm always trying to bless people that are less fortunate than me. I'm always trying to look out for people that are less fortunate than me. And there's been several times in my life where my good heart has gotten me in trouble because, to be honest with y'all, like, I haven't always lived the type of life I live, man. In my 20s, man, I lived a life of drug addiction, drug dealing, jail, prison, in the streets, doing all kind of crazy stuff. And now that I've gotten my life together and I changed my life for the better and I got off of drugs, I quit selling drugs, I started my own company, I started my own business, I started taking care of myself, I started doing right things. I stopped, you know, putting myself in certain situations with certain people. And what that caused me to do is, when I got into situations with certain people, even though that they had a past and I knew that they were shady in their past, I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt because I believe that I changed. So I like to believe that others can change, and I try to look for the best in people. But maybe that's why you turn to substances, because you feel too deeply, and drugs numb that. Yeah, man, it's weird, man, the way my brain works. And another thing I realized too is, like, I don't know if you'd say blessed or cursed, but with a photographic memory. So if I see someone, it's weird. Like, if I see someone I've never seen before, like in a Walmart or something like that, and I just catch a look at their face, and then 6 months later I see them at a random place, like, my brain will remember that, like, I saw that person at Walmart, even though I don't know who they are. And it's a blessing in my business life and with money and all those kind of things, because I can remember anything. If I do something once, I can always remember it. But the downside of it is, like, I vividly remember, like, terrible things that happened to me too, in times where I got hurt really bad. So I feel like I used the drugs to try to cloud that, you know, because, like, I didn't really understand why I used drugs, JC, for so long. But after about 5 years of being clean, like, I really figured it out. And it wasn't because drugs didn't make me feel anything. It was because drugs kept me streamlined to where I couldn't feel those extreme ups or those extreme downs. Kyle put out a couple more of your awesome videos. Your content is very strong. Thank you, man. I know I got a small channel, and I really appreciate the people that are here with me. My channel would probably be a lot bigger, but I had canceled it when I first started my business because I thought it would hurt me because I was more worried about money than I was about getting my message out there and trying to help people. But I don't even care about that no more because I know if I do the right thing and I come on here and I try to help others, like the Most High, God's going to bless me in my life no matter what other people try to do. Because I understand one thing, like a man can't take a blessing that he ain't give away. So to get to the real thing that I seen is like I still go out there in the field sometimes, man. And you know, I'll go out to bars and I'll go out to clubs and I'll go out to those places and I just interact with the women and I talk to them. And the funny thing about it is when they understand and they know that you're different. And what I mean by different is like they know they can't game you. They know they can't run nothing on you. They can't try to get you to move in any type of direction to manipulate you. They'll tell you the truth, man. And something that I saw last night was, thank you, man. Something I saw last night was I was in the clubs, man, and I was talking, bro. And what I noticed was they had a lot of women in there that had 2 kids, man, like 2, 3 kids, man. And I'm talking about young girls, man, girls in their mid-20s, early 20s. And they all had at least 2 children. And they were in clubs on a Saturday night, like at 11:30, 12:30 at night, drinking and getting drunk. And like, I'm thinking to myself, like, where are y'all kids? Men have true empathy, whereas women only have emotions. Never be fooled by female emotions. She's expressing emotions based upon chemicals in the brain, and it's not. Yeah, it's never real. It's not real. If you follow my content, and I just want to tell y'all, man, that y'all need to go subscribe to the person that's been the most instrumental in my change and the most instrumental in bringing me to the pill, man. It's Trent Machiavelli Coat. He has some of the most awesome introspective content that I've ever had in my life. And if you're a deep thinker, and you like to look at things from a theoretical perspective, man, go to his channel, bro. He has some great videos. It's a crime that his channel only has this amount of subscribers and amount of views that it has, because that dude, he's like a genius, man. He's like a new age prophet. But I was talking to those girls. Yeah, tell me how to link it, bro. I don't really know how to do that, man. Y'all tell me how to do that. Tell it in the comment section. I'll start putting the links at the bottom of my videos. But I was in there last night. Women be in the club with 3 kids at home. Yikes. Yeah, bro. Like, so what I did was I started talking to them and I try to throw little pills in there and everything like that when I'm talking to the women and stuff. And what I said was, man, relationships are over in 2019. Like, that shit is dead, man. It's not happening. Nobody's sticking with nobody and stuff like that. And it lets you veer off into the mind of what the mind of the modern woman is, man. They say, yeah, I don't even do the relationship thing anymore. Like, it's stupid. I'd rather just have my own home, my own vehicle, and not have nobody tell me what to do and be able to come out and do whatever I want, sleep with who I want to sleep with. So when you understand that we live in a type of society that allows people, because let me say it like this, at one time, before the institution of the government that we have today and all this kind of stuff, I can be stoic as a statue, but inside I could be in immense emotional pain. A woman could be crying her eyes out, but really she is just acting and doesn't feel nothing. Absolutely, bro. I mean, look, man, you know what's going on. This is the first time I ever see you on my channel. Thank you for coming in here. But yeah, that's exactly right. And if you notice this, my brother, the thing I saw was this. You ever notice when a woman's crying in front of you, like no tears come out of their eyes? I seen performances, man. Like, I really saw, I've been with women that had Meryl Streep Oscar winning performances, bro. You know, it's Oscar winning, man. It's Oscar worthy. And the thing about it is that, like, look, check this out. So the girl that I was with, quote unquote, with for an extended period of time, it was so toxic in the beginning. I moved into her home, which is something I would never suggest anyone do, is to move into a woman's home and go into her world. But I didn't have this knowledge. I didn't have this information. I didn't have self-knowledge. I didn't know anything about any of this, man. I just was following the protocol of what I thought was right. And in all actuality, the reason why I moved into her home was because I wanted to keep her vagina as close to me as humanly possible, you know, because of the fear of like her doing other stuff. So I did that. And by doing that, what happened was You know, she became very demanding, controlling. She didn't want me to like close the door when I took a shower. She didn't want me going into the bathroom with my phone. She didn't want me doing certain things, and it just became like it was crazy. It was impossible to please her. So I had got so fed up with it that even though I was like madly, women rationalize thoughts from the reptilian emotion. Yeah, they only dwell in the here and now. Absolutely, that is amazing, bro. So she did all of that, okay. And now I know the whole time she was doing the stuff that she was blaming me for. I'm not retarded, but I'll say this. The first time I was at work and I decided that I wanted to leave, and I didn't tell her anything. I didn't say anything. In my mind, I was like, I'm tired of this, bro. I'm going crazy, man. I'm losing my mind. I'm doing everything I can to please this person. Every time I do something that she says, it's something else. It's something else. It's never enough. Nothing is ever enough, no matter what. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't hit women. I don't cheat on women. I go to work. I come home. I spend time with her, spend time with her children, did all of that kind of stuff, and it still wasn't enough. It was still always some nagging and complaining. So I came home. Guess what time it is? What time? So I came home, and by me coming home, I just told her I don't want to do this no more. I'm leaving. And Tico Trenton, okay, yeah. So I came home and I said, look, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of this, man. I can't live like this anymore. Like, you're making me hate you. Like, I don't love you anymore. This is whack to me. It's terrible. It's the worst thing I've been through in my life. And it's the whole thing about it. She literally stood in front of the door, screamed and cried, bawled her eyes out, told me, please don't leave. No, don't do this. Don't do this to me. I don't want to do this. I love you so much. And she kept me there for 3 hours. But look, I don't know if any of y'all know this, and I'm sure y'all do if y'all was here. The only reason that she did that is because it caught her off guard and she didn't have another monkey branch to branch off to, man. She didn't have anything. My wife was always angry at me. I couldn't do anything right. Then she left, and now she's a lesbian. That's amazing. So she didn't have no branch to monkey branch to. So I went back. I watched my mom collapse over my father's casket like they did in those 1940s over dramatic film. That was the first time it really dawned on me. I was like, damn, my mom did that for her own attention. Listen, man, let me tell you something about this too, bro. That's a great topic, man. And that's something great to say. I showed mine the door the third time with the charm. Yeah, it took me 5 MTL. Big time. Thank y'all for subbing, everybody. I appreciate the new people in here, and I appreciate y'all faithfulness of coming in here and listening to what I have to say. I hope what I say can help y'all, because I do this for me, but I also do this so hopefully that they got men out there that can relate to me. But yeah, like your comment said, man, look, this is so crazy, bro. This is something I see. With the narcissistic type of females that they have out here today, man, this is crazy, bro. They can drive. Thank you. I appreciate that duality, reality. These women out here can drive a man to commit suicide, bro. Commit suicide. Let me tell you this, can do things, keep his kids from him, treat them bad, cheat on them, do all these things. And then the man commits suicide. And on Facebook and on social media, they're so sad and so, oh, I can't believe my baby's father took his own life. I can't believe that, you know, this happened and this is so terrible and all that, while the whole time they were the ones that pushed them over the edge to commit suicide. And then they're posting all that stuff about being sad on Facebook, while at the same time on the inside, they're glowing and they're gloating because they understood in their mind that, like, I had the power to make this dude kill himself. Like, it gives them an ego boost, man. You know, like, it really gives them an ego boost to be like, man, my pussy was so fire and this dude loved me so much and he was so crazy about me. That what resonated with me in your last stream, you said it's difficult for a woman to find a bad guy, yet they all have experience. Dog, let me tell you this, JC, bro. I don't know about y'all, but to be honest with y'all, man, I don't know that many bad men. I really don't know that many bad men. Like, it's in all actuality, like, pretty much 99% of the guys I know are good dudes, bro. I know dudes out here bending over backwards for chicks that are dogging them, bro. I'm talking about, I got a friend right now. That's taking care of a woman that the kids ain't his and all this, and she's still running around him. She don't got nowhere to go. She don't got nowhere to stay. And he's like providing for her and taking care of her, like, even though she don't give a shit about him, man. Like, I know dudes out here that really sacrifice themselves for people that don't care. But let me tell you this, man, and this is the truth. All new girlfriends claim their exes were terrible. Yeah, right. There's no possible way, bro. It's not even that. It's that they're tired of the dude, bro. It has nothing to do with him. Yes, indeed. Women love to watch men die. Never believe the tears from women at military. Bro, let me tell you something like this, bro. back in the day, it might have been different, but like if you die, she'll bring the new dude to the funeral, bro. Like she'll have the new dude at the funeral, bro. Like they don't even wait, like they'll bring the new guy to the funeral, bro. It's crazy out here. So, like I said, because listen, if any of y'all are like this, let me tell you something, man. And if y'all could relate to me on this, man, because I love relatability and I love understanding people understand me, man. If you've been in a relationship with a woman, man, and you really were in love with her, and I'm not talking about some woman that you just not all of them bitches say they had a violent abuse, they need to lay off bestiality. Then because I know no men who are abusive. I know it's crazy, bro. Um, if you with a woman, bro, that you really love, and you go as far as like moving in with her or being in a relationship with her and stuff like that, you're not even trying to mess with no other females, man. And they always accuse you of cheating, man. Like, who you talking to? What are you doing? What I want to all this. So, because I know dudes, bro, that like I don't really know any dudes that really cheat on their chicks, man. The only way guys, what's up, freelance Ronin? The only way I seen guys or go cheat on a woman, bro, is if like the woman's not doing something for them at home and providing like what they need or getting their needs met, and they got to go look for it elsewhere. Because at our core as men, I know this for a fact. Projection, yep, bro. The chick was always blaming me for cheating because I know she was doing stuff she didn't have no business. I met her; she was engaged to somebody else and was cheating on him when she met me. So I knew what time it was, you know. Because that one time you yelled, she drove you. Yeah, exactly. Um, but the thing about it is like we know at our core, and y'all could agree with me or not on this, but like all you want as a man is you want a woman that you find attractive, that doesn't deny you sex, and that's nice to you, man. Like we don't really ask a lot as men, bro. Oh, and then bros deflecting, yeah. With like they got to keep you off balance because they know that if they keep you off balance, you're not really gonna be looking at them. It's crazy, bro. It's always emotional manipulation and skullduggery, man. So like when you with a woman that you really feeling, man, yeah, bro. Like, see, luckily for me, I came up in an era, and I live in a state of Louisiana like that. Always, I listen to a lot of music and always told me not to give chicks my money, man. In the words of Chris Rock, feed, yeah, it doesn't, bro. It's not much, bro. Like, if only women knew how simple we are. They do know how simple we are. Let me tell you this, RF fan, RB fan, appreciate you being in here with me too. They do know how simple we are, but that's the way that they manipulate us, bro. They understand that paramount to everything else, bro. All we want is sex, bro. That's it. Like they know that. Like they know that at their core. I'm telling you, man. They're not as smart as us, but they're more keen to us, man, than we are to them. So they understand. Like if you ever been in, I didn't even care about sex. I just wanted a partner in life. That was too much to ask. You're never gonna get yours, man. So if it's gonna be like that, monk mode activate. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like I was gonna make a stream called Monkavelli, like Machiavelli, but Monkavelli. So yeah, so they just know like the only power that they have over you is because hypergamy is out of control. But and I agree with hypergamy, I do, but it's not as relevant as it was at one time because like they're gonna be taken care of no matter what. That's why they're fuck losers and they'll cheat on dudes that are like really stand up and have a lot of shit going for themselves, and they'll cheat on them with a bum or somebody that's like has nothing going for themselves because they know at their core, like no matter what, they're gonna be taken care of. Like even if men stop taking care of them, the government's gonna take care of them. So you gotta think about it like this. When I look at our current situation, I made a video about that. Yep. When you look at our current situation, like I try to like transpose myself into who they are. I try to veer off into the mind of now women can take care of themselves. Now I know a woman in New York City making 20. She dates a bad boy. I've seen it with my own eyes. Trent Machiavelli, love you, bro. Shouted you out earlier. Gave you a shout out. Put your link in the comment section, bro, because everybody wants to know what your channel is and they want to go visit your channel. Yeah, so the way I look at it is the real true manipulation of women is they know sex isn't the real pleasure. The man is the real true pleasure. A man's mind, body, and spirit is pleasurable to women, and all we value is her pussy. That's an amazing comment. Sometimes the Napoleonic code works in a man's favor. By the way, I was born in Caddo Parish. All right, bro. Good. Yeah, I got you. I'm from Terrebonne Parish, man. We're a little bit away from each other, but I got you. So the thing I was looking at is, you know, they'll use sex to manipulate you and everything like that. And like, if they know you weak for pussy, like, you easy, bro. Like, if they know they can control you with their vagina, man, like, they're gonna get you easy. Like, you're not gonna run nothing with them. And that's why I think, even like, I'm not saying I respect pimps or nothing like that, but I understand like but I understand why they don't have sex with some of their prostitutes, man, because they know, yeah, it's nothing to them. I made a video like that, bro. It's their only superpower. And the thing about it is if any of y'all been in relationships or y'all dealt with women in that capacity, they hate it when they can't manipulate you with their kiddies. Yeah, it's crazy, man. If any of y'all been in relationships, and I know y'all have, because you wouldn't get to the pill without being in fucked up relationships, don't get high on your own supply. Yeah, that's a great comment. The thing about it is this, you know, in the beginning, they give you a lot of sex. It's just like a drug dealer who's going to break you off with a bunch of packs for barely nothing. They're going to give you the best drugs that they possibly have to get you hooked. It's the same thing when you meet a woman and they know that you're feeling them like that. They're going to, man, bro, I'm telling you, I've been with girls where I moved into their crib, bro, and we had sex 25 times in a weekend, 100 times in a month, man. You know, yeah, because nice and that. Thank you, man. Like, the thing about it is like, we're the sex addicts and they're the sex dealers, man. And they understand like you control somebody by their addiction. So they're gonna get you hooked in the beginning, man. But what I saw, bro, about being it don't take that long till they start pulling it back. It went from having sex 20 times in a week to having sex 15 times in a week, to having sex 10 times in a week, to having sex 5 times in a week, to having sex once a week. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, now they're giving you less of what you want and they're giving you more of what you don't want. I call it scuba snacks. It was the reverse for me. I pulled back to say, well, that was a good play, man. How the hell do you get out of sex? How the hell do you get out of sex with little effort? I don't really understand what you're saying, bro. You gotta kind of say that again. So I just realized like the ship was sinking, man. As soon as it stops, I'm out. Yeah, that's a good one. And it didn't stop all the way, man. And I've even had this person come back and have sex with me several times while she was in relationships with other people. Cause I mean, the sex was good for both of us. Work exhaustion puts a halt to your libido. Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. I'll be busting my ass out here, man. But now that we have this information and now that we understand what's going on out here, it makes it a little bit easier to like adjust, man. I remember when I was 21, my coworker told me his wife of 20 years stopped fucking. I couldn't believe it. Now at 31, I know what he means. He was in his late 40s at the time. Absolutely, man. You know, the sex always does slow up. And that's cool, bro. If the chick's cool and, you know, you as you get older and everything like that, like y'all start having a deeper relationship than that and everything. But I'm gonna tell you something about a woman, man. Even though sex means nothing to them, they always having sex with somebody. They're always having sex with somebody. Don't ever believe if you talk to a chick, she says she ain't fucking nobody, or you talking to a chick and she says she ain't had sex in X amount. It's a lie, man. They're always having sex with somebody. And if you listen, and if you not the person she's having sex with, she's in a relationship with you, she's fucking somebody, bro. You know, because I've been the other guy almost my whole life. Newsflash: females are sex addicts, not men. You know, I've been the type of guy that I've been lucky enough, or what you call unlucky, whatever you want to call it, to where I've been able to have sex with a lot of women in my life, and most of them are already in relationships, engagements, marriages, or whatever. And I'm telling you like this, man, like after a while, they just stop respecting the dude that they with, man. Like they know when you're just giving and giving and giving and giving, and you never checking them, and you never telling them no, and you never like just standing up for yourself and stuff. They stop respecting you and they go after somebody else who they perceive as like a bad boy or something like that. Because I'm full of tattoos, the way I carry myself, the way I've always been, you know, I've got attracted to them. But even in my own life, whenever I started giving too much and I moved in with one and I just started like spending all my time with her and everything like that, slowly but surely she stopped respecting me too. You know, and I did stuff like weak stuff, like I cried in front of her when I was going through something or whatever, and that's something I never should have did. But I didn't understand nothing, because the thing about it is, and I'm gonna talk about how important this is, it's very important to have a strong father in this world. And I think that's why the world's so out of whack. I think that's why my middle name is No. I think that's why this world's so out of whack, man, because simping ain't easy, bro. I used to have a video like that, bro. It's terrible. Hi, interesting story. Thanks. That was the first wrong step in your previous. What was the first wrong step in your previous life? What went wrong initially? You talking about the life when I was on drugs, or the one whenever I got into that relationship that brought me to the pill? Oh no, never cry in front of a woman. I learned that mistake when I was 19. Yeah. So like I said, I was there. And like I said, man, slowly, but in the beginning, this girl respected me because she knew like I really didn't care like that. Like she saw the image that I presented and thought that's who I was at the core. And the thing about it is like the outer me is the inner her. So when she saw this hard exterior on me and I was swole up and I was full of tattoos and I would carry myself a certain way, that's what she was attracted to, because on the learn to forgive your father too is very important. Yeah. So she saw what I was on the outside and she perceived that's what I like, that's what she was on the inside. She was a savage. So it connected and it got us together. But whenever she realized, like, even though I look the way I look, but I got a good heart and I'm a good man, it was a turn off to her. Oh shit, God forgot you show emotion. God forget you show emotion in front of a woman. You're supposed to be Zeus. God like being with no emotion, a machine that keeps going forward. Yeah. Um, drugs. Okay. I'll get into that story a little bit. Well, when I was young, um, I started smoking weed at like 13 years old, but it never was really a problem. I did it here and there and stuff like that. And as I got older, I began to sell drugs. I got involved in selling a lot of stuff. And by doing that, I got with this girl, and I only smoked weed up until that point. Any emotion you show, she will use, exploit, and manipulation. Yep, absolutely. So I started selling drugs, and I got with this chick or whatever. And in the process of me selling drugs, I was exposed to different drugs. After that, it was just marijuana at first, and then I got exposed to cocaine and stuff like that. And then one night, after selling a bunch of drugs or whatever, I went to the club where I'm from, and I got drunk, and then I got around some people, and then they had some cocaine. And usually, in my right mind and everything like that, I would never do anything like that. But due to the fact that I was inebriated from alcohol and marijuana already, I, um, I did some cocaine, and I really liked it. And it went from there, and then I got on heroin, and then I spent all of my 20s, man, either in the jail, in the rehab, in a treatment center, or on drugs, man. And alcohol is the biggest and worst drug in my opinion. Yeah, fentanyl and crystal meth really killing people too. Where I'm from, man, fentanyl is dropping people like flies, and I got a bunch of people I know on crystal meth that's losing their mind. The first and last time I cried, pot and speed are the drugs I use. Yeah, I feel you, bro. That speed's popping out here right now. But I got to a point in my life to where I knew I was gonna die. A statue. What do you mean by that? Well, a statue is an immovable object, man. And what I mean, as far as in my personal life, is I want to become a statue before I die, and I mean on the inside. Like nothing somebody can say can move me. Nothing somebody can do can make me go in any direction. There's nothing anybody can do. No, I don't drink, bro. I've been clean. Um, I've been substance free for 8 years and 47 days. I haven't put anything in my body besides caffeine and nicotine. But yeah, being a statue, I just meant like, that there's nothing anybody can do to make me move in a direction I don't want to move. Life is a negative in my opinion. I see things. Anything you're going to say to your future son to prevent the drug story? I would love to have a future son. Yeah, and later on down the line, I'm thinking about making a video of how to get off of drugs and stay off of to get off of drugs and stay off of drugs forever, because I got the blueprint for that, man. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Spiritually, it's true stillness and unity being. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I got 8 years under my belt, man, and life has gotten amazing. There's no need to create life because there's no need to create want. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna make a video basically about my story and put it out there and tell people how I got clean and stayed clean. And I mean, I'll put a little bit of it. Don't be a big boy statue. We stole we stole those all the time. Yeah. Basically, man, I went to a bunch of treatment centers, and finally I just got tired at 29 years old of living my life in some kind of institution and people having control over me and going back and forth and messing up. And I just decided to just, come into recovery, man. And I became a member of Narcotics Anonymous in like 2011. And no matter what I went through since I've been through that, man, I haven't found it necessary to get high behind anything, man. And it started to get into the process of me becoming a statue because you talk to any of your old friends, man. I got one friend I grew up with, bro, that we was friends since I was like a kid, man. And he wasn't ever really, he had a few little run-ins with the law or whatever, but he never was really a drug addict, man. So we still live a good life, man. Like we still friends to this day, but most of the people in my life are brand new. Most of the people I deal with are people in recovery, or people I met through the pill, man. My best friends in the whole world are people that I met through YouTube, man, that I talk to on a daily basis. I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with a guy I met through my channel and spent a week out there in Myrtle Beach on the beach, man. So yeah, I got off of drugs and everything like that. And the thing about becoming a statue is you just don't want to be able to let anything move you out here, man. You want to become emotionally still on the inside, because emotional stability, man, I'm telling you, it's going to have so many things out here to try to sway you and move you and direct you and make you feel insecure about yourself and make your self-worth take a hit and your self-esteem. You should have told me I go to Myrtle Beach every year. I didn't even know, bro. Like, yeah, I just went out there on a fly, man. Like my partner was going through something and I felt like just going out there. Then just your neighborhood, met one of my close friends online. Yeah, that's how it works, man. I feel closer to some people I met online than I do with people I had my whole life, even my family, man, because nobody understands me out here. I live in a place I would chill with most people who are big time red pill who I never met before. Absolutely. Because the thing about it is, I feel alone where I live at, man, because I'm the only person that's on this, bro. Like I even say about it last night, like I went to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting and I gave a breakdown of my week. And in a week's time, like I had a situation where like, get your spiritual house in order, first step to healing. Yeah, the only way you do that is by getting by yourself and getting away from everybody else and getting one-on-one with God, man. And letting him like, look at your heart and like really examine your heart and see what needs to be removed from it. So I had like 3 interactions with females in a week. And, I kind of shared about it in the meeting and stuff like that. And, the weird thing about guys today, bro, like blue pill dudes, when you go out in the field, do you go? Absolutely. I never go with nobody. I go with myself all the time. I mean, like, I'm not afraid of anybody. So I'll go out there and I just observe, man. And I just see like it's a game, man. Everywhere I go, the gym, the club, anything like that, meetings, whatever, it's like I could just see like everything is like, it's like a machine, man, the way things move, bro. The coffee shop, whatever, it's like, it's not even human beings out here anymore, man. It's just like, it's like robots, man. Everywhere I go, it's like I'm the only person on the type of time that I'm on right now. And it gets lonely sometimes, man. And that's why it's important to like link up with people and link up with your bros and meet people online and get people in your life. Because if you're a pillar, man, and then you red pill or MGTOW or whatever it is, bro, like you're going to be alone out here, man, because nobody's on this. You can't trust blue pill men because they exhibit female nature, which means just like a chick, they can't be trusted. Absolutely. So I talked about in the meeting and I was like, yeah, there makes it everywhere, bro. It's like zombies, man. It's like they walking zombies out here, man. So I talked about the little situation where like I had, interactions with 3 chicks and then they acted funny. There's nothing to observe. Focus on staying away from them, these NPCs. Yeah. So I talked about it. And then after the meeting, they had some guys come up to me and I talk about the pill to certain people and everything like that. And they always tell me this, it's always the same response from men, women, my family, anybody, bro. It's always the same response. Well, it's just the type of women that you attracting and it's the type of people that you letting in your life. And it's not all women and some women are good. Kyle Flakes, if you try to meet up with them, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So they never want to look at the whole spectrum. Like they always want to think that there's a way out, that there's a way to beat this game, and that there's some unicorn out there in the vault, that there's some way to like beat around this, and every dude thinks that his girl is the truth and all this kind of stuff. But these dudes don't understand, bro. They don't get it. Like these girls are opportunistic out here, bro. And it don't have to be that mess with somebody. What's happening, man? Jamalon Fowler. Yeah. So what they don't really understand is these same dudes that think that about they girls, bro. They girl be peeping me, man. You know, they peep me out. I see how they look at me. And Trent Machiavelli Colt, me and him had a conversation last night. And he had an interesting take on it. He said he looks at it like this. When I was in the situation that I was in, and like going to the club and going to the bar and doing all those kind of things, he said the woman's mindset in there is she's looking for the biggest, juiciest steak that they got in there, and she's trying to suck it dry. And I was like, damn, bro, that's some real shit. Because even last night, look, I'll give y'all an example of something I saw last night, something that was just an experience that I had. So about a year ago, when I was still had a Facebook, I started randomly talking to this woman on Facebook, and she was a nice looking woman, probably in the late 30s or something like that, fake tits, nice body, looked like she worked out, went to the gym. So I just striked up a conversation with her, and we went back and forth, back and forth. So I got to the point where I was like, well, shit, man, if you like to drink, come meet me at the bar. I don't drink, but like we could just hang out and have a conversation or whatever. Bro, this woman told me, she said, hell, I'm in a relationship, but I'll be looking. Hey, I'm not knocking nobody for what they do, but I'm not telling nobody to be in a relationship or not be in a relationship. You got to go your own way. That's the thing about this MGTOW shit. Ain't nobody could tell nobody how to live their life. Everybody got to go their own way. That's just the way I'm going. So with that woman, she was a good looking woman and everything like that. And I'm going to get to that cuffy chick shit later too. She was a good looking woman. So we started talking and everything like that. So I got to the point where I tried to get up to get a meet and greet, you know, like, what's up? You want to get up together and stuff like that? And the crazy part about it was this chick said, oh, I can't do that. I'm married. I was like, how did I miss that? She was like, there's no evidence of it nowhere on my page. I know I need to put it somewhere. It's crazy. So I was like, okay. So I just stopped talking to her after that. But the weird part was I went to the bar last night and she was in there with her husband. And even though she was in there with her husband, she remembered talking to me on Facebook. She didn't say nothing. She didn't come to me. She didn't talk to me. She didn't do nothing. She looked at me and she gave me that smirk, man. You know, what up, Cortez? 3-6 Mafia in the house. So I know that's crazy. Hey, Cortez, let me ask you something real quick. And I'm going to get to that cuffy chick thing too. Let me ask you something, what you just said about that. Did you ever realize, like, when people are in a relationship on Facebook, that if you go to the dude's page, like it's a picture of like him and the chick in the page together, like his profile pics him and her, his cover photos, him and her. But if you go to her page, bro, it's just her. Like it's just her on her profile picture. It's just her, maybe, and her kids on the cover photo. It's like it's insane, man. Could you click my pinned message on my latest vid? I really like. Yeah, I got you, bro. I definitely will do that, man. So the way I look at it was like she saw me. And the weird thing, bro, is what she gave me that smirk, like, I see you. And then they kind of got crowded in there. And then the weird part about that was she started backing her ass up on my dick, bro, like purposely. And I got nervous, so I just got the fuck out of there. Like, man, I don't want no beef with nobody or nothing like this. But I'm about to get back to that cuff your chick shit real quick, bro. If I had to look at how people, bro, let me put it to you like this, man. And y'all agree with me or not on this. When you with a chick, bro, you don't want to go to the club, bro. That's the last place you want to go. Every dude in that club is there because his girl wants to go, or his quote unquote girl wants to go. No man wants to go to a bar, wants to go to a club, or do anything like that when they're in a relationship with a woman. They just want to chill, maybe go get something to eat, hang out. Yeah, borderline. Hey, but J.S. Hansen, they great in the sack. That's why we stick around with them for a little while. Narcissistic borderline bitches are great in the sack. They let you put it in their butt, then they, with anything. They're just crazy, man. Yeah, so like when I was in the club, like I'm looking at the dudes in there, man. We trying to go to Applebee's and then home to smash. LOL, I'm Elizabeth. Yeah. So what I did was I just look at how these dudes are, bro, and it's like, man, these dudes are in there playing defense, man. Like they cannot move away from their chick for like a split second because they so nervous if they leave their chick for a split second that some dude's gonna come run up on them and stuff like that. And because the only thing narcissistic women did was have sex. That's why they're crazy, bro. Don't lie, Cortez, though, bro. They do playing defense. I'm telling you, man. Look, y'all go on my channel. I got a video on my channel. If y'all ain't go look at it, it said being in a relationship in 2018 is like playing defense for the 85 Bears, man. Go watch that video, bro, and you will fucking realize that you're gonna see your experience in my video. That when that's all you're doing is playing defense, man. That's all you're doing is playing defense, man. Always playing defense. Girls have a different mission, hence a different view in relation to what we boy robots do for them. Listen, man, go to Trent's channel, man. The dude got videos on inner, outer. His fairness has no title. I'm telling you, man, it's going to explain everything that you need to know about women, bro. Women ain't delicate, man. They the opposite of us. We hard on the outside. We soft on the inside. They soft on the outside, but they hard on the inside. And y'all going to have to go to his channel to see the rest. But it's like, I know none of these dudes want to be in there with their chicks, man. No dude wants to go to no bar or no club with a chick. They go in there unwillingly because they don't want to let her go by herself, because they know if she goes by herself, she's going to be in there colluding with some dudes. So they got to go in there, do some shit they really don't want to do, and then be playing defense and cuffing their chick the whole night while they chicks looking at dudes like me. It's crazy out here, man. It's over with. Look, when I tell y'all it's over with, I think men are more empathetic than women. Yeah. Women ain't empathetic at all, bro. At all. They don't care about your feelings, man. I wish you would cheat. So I have a reason to break up again. I went with my ex to a club. I went to piss, came back. She was dancing. Your chick was a super animal, MTL big time. She was a super beast, man. I get it, bro. I've been there. That shit feels crazy, bro. But yeah, like I said last night, and then being in the club, I seen one of my partners who's a barber, and we're gonna link up because he's about to buy a bar and stuff like that. So it's gonna make some more business for my business. And we were talking, and he started talking about my ex. He was like, man, she's so fine, bro. Like when she comes in my barbershop and lets me, I feel crazy, bro. I look in her face and it's like, man, I just know you was tripping. I know that pussy was good. And then by him saying that, and me getting to that conversation, it started stirring up shit on the inside of me, man. Like I started thinking about the sex, and I started thinking about, being with her and stuff like that. But I realized this, man, in all actuality, bro, it was just some ego shit, man. Like the girl was beautiful. So she made me look good anywhere I went. Dudes was looking at me, chicks was looking at me. So it was like an ego boost. So it was that and the sex combined that kept me around for so long. But at her core, bro, with the intangibles, man, she didn't possess them, man. She didn't possess what's necessary to facilitate a healthy relationship, man. What up, Dion Covington? He's one of the most faithful people that's in here. I appreciate all the love you show to me, bro. I appreciate that, man. You always drop a comment, bro. You always give me a like, and you always support whatever I do, man. I just hope what I'm doing is helping y'all, man, and helping people out there, man. Yeah, man. Look, she was a great cook. She cleaned. She had her own crib. She had her own car. And that's the whole crazy thing about it. Just think how toxic that situation was I was in, man. This girl's beautiful, man. She's fine. She cooks. She cleans. She sucks. She fucks. She let you do anything to her sexually. She had her own crib, her own money, her own job. And I left. So think about how crazy that is, bro, and how toxic that situation was that I did all of that, bro, and all that was done, but I still left, Shit, I look good with or without her ass. Hell, I make her look good. I respect that. And men can break the pussy addiction. There is hope. I hated having to get into people's faces because of her unnecessary drama. Yeah. The thing about it is they love to see two men fight over them, man. If they could get two dudes to fight over each other and two dudes to hurt each other, just imagine how much validation that gives into where they I'm so awesome I could make two dudes beef over me. And I never beefed over no chicks, man. I ain't never fight no dudes over no chicks. I ain't never beef with no dudes over no chicks. I ain't never called no dudes over no chicks because I ultimately understood this. Even when I was a blue pill simp, bro, I knew they wasn't mine. I never thought in my life that a chick was mine. I always just knew somewhere deep down inside of myself, it was just my turn. And what you got to understand, if you deal with chicks today, I did it for a long, no white knight. Yeah. What I did for a long time, bro, is this. And now I really understand. And I did it since I've been in the pill. And it's like, it's all losing its allure, man. It's not like when I first got the pill, I was hogging and dogging, sleeping with a bunch of chicks, pumping and dumping them, doing all that kind of stuff, hit them a few times, block them on my phone, do all that. But what I realized about it was this. I lost a close friend because of a girl. Didn't fight or freak out, just left both of them. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, so if you're gonna still deal with women like some of us, if some of us do, like, and some people do, you gotta understand, man. If you're gonna deal with them, man, you might be in the number one slot, but you never gonna, like, you might be the number one, but you're never gonna be the only one, man. And they might not be having sex with dudes, but they always talking to other dudes, man. Like, if your girl got a social media account, if she got a Facebook, if she got an Instagram, if she got a phone, if she got a job, and she's exposed to other men all the time, you're never gonna be her only priority, man. You might be the number one priority, but you're never gonna be like the only priority she has, because women understand like they can't be alone. So they always got to have a landing pad. That's why I said the girl freaked out the first time I left her, because she didn't have no landing pad set up. She didn't have no branch set up. And every time I left after that, oh yeah, they hook up at the job the most, man. I done worked at restaurants and stuff. I know how that goes. And then the other 3-4 times I left, she just told me to leave my key on the dresser, man. That was it, because she already had something set up. So, oh my God, bro. Let me tell you this, bro. I was talking to this little Pocahontas looking chick, met at the gas station, shot my shot. She gave me a number instantly, started texting me back and forth, banging me up with texts and stuff like that. Man, as soon as I feel the shift with these chicks, bro, they trying to get me to chase them or to put forth max effort or to do something, man, I delete them out of my phone, man. I delete all the messages, I delete the numbers. I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not putting forth max effort for nobody, man. Hyper vigilant of all the sex we had, man. I done dodged some bullets with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed with that, bro. Somehow, some way I dodged them, man. I don't know how, bro. I've been blessed with that, man. So I think it comes with maturity, with age, and with experience, that you'll get to a point to where you really realize, man, none of this shit matters, man. You can't keep these motherfuckers. You can't. They're not yours anymore. Because as men, at our core, we want to own something, man. We want to possess something, man. And we feel like in our core, from our biology, from the beginning of time up until this point, like, we feel like women are possessions. But in the land that we live in, you can never own her, man. You can never possess her, man. It's impossible. Just your turn. It's like a lease. Yeah. And let me tell you about that turn part about it. When it's your turn and your turn ends, if you don't act like you sour when your turn ends, you'll probably get another turn, man. If you don't chase them, if you don't run behind them, if you don't let them see you sweat, if you don't beg them, if you don't plead with them, if you don't do all that kind of stuff, you just say, look, you have a good night. Oh, I'm just going to leave or whatever. And you just dip, like, you'll get another chance unless she finds somebody like that she feels is more valuable than you. I'm shocked lived the life he lived and came back to give. Bro, I'm telling you, that's why I'm here, bro. God chose me, man. I'm one of the chosen few, bro, that been in the war, man. I've been in the war, bro. I've been in the streets. I've been on drugs. I've been in prison. I had people try to kill me. I've had people put guns in my face, pull the trigger, the gun not go off. I done been jumped by 25 people. And, you know, God just spared me, man. And like, to get back on it, I think the reason why a lot of us struggle and the reason why the world's oh yeah, definitely, man. I believe in Christ, man. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe, I know. I mean, I understand Christ is real. I've had the I never had the physical representation of God or Christ show up in my life, but about 3 or 4 times in my life, man, I've had the spiritual representation and manifestation of it show up. And the weird part about that is the only time God showed up like that is at times that I wanted to give up, where I was at my lowest points, where I felt like I couldn't go anymore. I wanted to die. I wanted to commit suicide. I wanted to give up. I was just so tired of being beaten and stuff like that. And I just couldn't go any further, man. And I felt like that I was going to die. And, man, his representation just showed up. And I'm going to say something, and I'm not ashamed of it at all, bro. This is the truth. God's the truth. Jesus is real, whether you want to believe it or not. I don't really care what people believe. Whenever God's representation and his spiritual representation, his earthly form shows up, the only thing that you can do is weep, man. You can't talk. You can't explain. You can't do nothing. When his spirit shows up, all you can do is weep. You weep and all. That's all you can do, man. You can weep and all. That's all you can do. And he basically told me when he showed up to not worry about nothing, man. I got you, man. Without him saying nothing, he's like, look what I brought you through, man. Look what you've been through. Look how you still, look where I got you at. Look where I took you from. It wasn't you, it was me. It was my mercy and my grace that protected you from all of that, man. And I didn't understand that till recently. Like, even in the relationships I've been in, man, like, I didn't understand. Like, I thought he was punishing me by taking those people away from me. And I thought he was punishing me, man, but he was protecting me, man, because he had something better for me. He knew that I was going to have to come back as a messenger to share my message with other brothers, man, because he blessed me to be able to speak and not be ashamed of the things I've been through. Like, I went through a lot, man. I caught Hep C when I was out there using drugs and everything like that, man. And by the grace of God, bro, in modern medicine, man, I was the first person in my hometown to be cured of Hep C, man. And I was able to go share that with other people in recovery that was dealing with that, man. It's just, it's amazing what God has done for my life, man. And recently, man, I experienced something, man, where I was going through something, man, and you know, I just was asking why, man. I was questioning why. Like, I was like, why, bro? Why every time everything I love, bro, always gets taken away from me? All the people in my life that I've gotten close to left me. Random man in the grocery store came up to me and told me everything would be all right. Did not know where from Adam. Yeah, bro, that was an angel that God sent to you, man. He does that, bro. He sends sometimes spiritual beings come in physical forms, man. It was like about a month ago, man. I was beat, man. I was overwhelmed. I was working so much. And I didn't understand, you know, why things were so hard. Like, man, why would you send somebody in my life that I could love so much, but that would take me for granted? Why I had to lose all my friends? Why nobody ever shows up the way I show up in life? Why nobody ever like cares about me the way I care about them? And I was just weeping, bro. And his manifestation showed up in my bed, man, in my room. And all I could do was weep, man. He just spoke to me through the word. He said, my grace is sufficient for thee. My strength works best in your weakness. And he said, the rain falls on the just and the unjust, man. It's just life, man, you know. And the thing about life and everything like that is just give it your best and let life take care of the rest, man. I'm not telling people not to mess with females. I'm not telling people not to talk to women. I'm not telling people not to deal with them. If you're in a relationship, if you're dealing with them, whatever. But just know what you're up against, man. I want people to understand the truth, man. A lot of these people that you see, man, ain't people, man. A lot of these people that you see are demons, man. Yeah, there's a vaccine for it, I know, man. But I had to take this medicine that was like chemotherapy, man. But it worked, man. I was the first person in my hometown to ever be cured of it, man. Like, I was blessed, man. God took care of me in that aspect of my life. So yeah, I don't have no shame, bro. I'm not ashamed that I was a simp at one time. Like, I simped with my time and I simped with my emotions. I never simped with my money because I understood, like, I brought as much to the relationship as the woman did. But like you said, play the game, but be aware of the consequences, man. Yeah, absolutely, bro. And then get to back what I was saying earlier. You got to understand with the implementation of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these other things, man. Girls are talking to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dudes at one time, man. So if you're dealing with a woman, you just got to realize, like, every now and then, depending on how she feels, you may get put in the number 1 slot. And then the next day she may be feeling some type of way about somebody else. And you might get dumped down to the 3rd slot. So whenever they do what they do, man, that's the statue shit. Don't freak out. Keep living your life. Stick to the patterns. Work out. Work. Save your money. Take care of yourself. Love your bros. I simp over myself. That dude's an animal. Yeah, and love your bros, bro. And just get a routine in your life, man, and get around good people. I thought I was a G when I was 22. When I went to Vegas with a bad bitch and paid the whole way, thought I was a Mac. LOL, never again. Yeah, bro, that shit is crazy. I know you feel like you the Don, man. It's brotherhood, man. That's all this is. Don't forget, work hard. Yeah, our society is Luciferian and demonic. Without God, you're a target for demonic oppression. Man, even with God, you're a target, man. Because you got to understand, like, people that are already lost, people that are like worldly, people that, you know, are carnal, and the devil don't care about them, man. Like Lucifer, whatever you want, he don't care about them. He already got them, man. He's gonna come at the people that God got hardest, bro. Because what he tries to do is he tries to destroy God's children, man. So if you're a person that has a belief system and you got faith, you're gonna be tested the most, man. Yeah, and with God too, of course, you're gonna be tested the most. And if any of y'all in here understand like the biblical, like the Bible and stuff like that, nobody God ever chose had an easy life, man. Nobody. When you start seeking greater knowledge, cure for everything, microwave, molecular bonds of viruses and bacteria via specific frequencies and amplitude. You split those bonds, the rest of your cells are untouched, worked on cancer. So yeah, but they're not gonna give us none of that because they know that they know that that they're not gonna make money. Yeah, proud vegetarian. I need to do that, bro. I tried it for a while. I didn't eat no meat for like a month and a half, man. And I know it's probably was doing wonders for me, but I'm not disciplined, man. I need more commitment and discipline. So what I'm gonna do is, man, I'm gonna put my email address in the description right here. And if any of y'all want to get in touch with me, man, and talk one-on-one, feel free, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I do, bro. Let's see. Hold up. Let me see. Because we got to get together, man. It's the only way. It's the only way, man, that we're gonna overcome this, man, is by men starting to get together. Men starting to get together and talk in a constructive fashion, man, about what's going on out here, bro. And unify with each other, man, and stand up against this stuff, man. You know, because without that, man, we dead, man. So yeah, bro, I just want to talk a little bit. I appreciate y'all being here with me. I don't want to take too much of y'all time, man. I'm gonna keep trying to put out a video a day on a different topic. And like I said, man, y'all can email me or whatever, and let me know if y'all got some topics y'all want to talk about, some spiritual angles. I was thinking about making a whole new spiritual channel, man. I kill the cow and eat it before it gets to the grill. You're a savage, bro. I respect it. You probably you from South America though, man. I respect y'all, man. Y'all some savages out there, man. Y'all ain't playing no games. So like I said, man, just email me if you got any questions, comments, or you just want some, want to holler. Other than that, man, I'm about to take it out of here. I got some stuff I got to. Yeah, man, send me some ideas, man. About a spiritual channel, bro. I want to do it directed toward about where is 111-133. I don't know old school Tony Carter, but I think he done ascended to the heavens, man. So yeah, bro, y'all got my email address, man. Feel free to get in touch with me, man. I'm gonna go to your duality reality. I'm gonna go check that thing out. And I appreciate y'all being here with me. I'm gonna try to drop a video a day and try to get my content out there, man, because I'm not asking nobody for no money. I just want to help people, but I want to help unify people. I've always been the kind of guy that could get people together and rally the troops, man. I was born with the leadership qualities. So I'm glad y'all was in here with me, man. I hope to hear from y'all soon. I'll talk to y'all more, man. Y'all have a good night.